So Donald Trump officially notified Congress that we are in a non-international conflict with the drug cartels, and non-international is a fancy way of saying domestic. Now, in case you hadn't been paying attention, the cartels had been labeled as terrorist organizations, and that basically means they are not owed any kind of civil rights that any of us have. So if you get roped up as a terrorist, you can be sent to a black box somewhere and you won't be treated very nicely. So if you do drugs, if you buy drugs, if you sell drugs, if you have anything to do with illicit drugs, now's a really good time to get clean, because the last thing you want to do is get roped up in aiding and abetting a terrorist organization. Because I have a feeling what we're in store for is a El Salvadorian Bukele style crackdown on anybody that's connected to any of those organizations.
Es decir, yo soy una persona creyente, creo que Dios puede perdonar a todos. Sé que si Él se arrepiente y pide perdón, va a ir al cielo como cualquier otro pecador. Pero eso le compete a Dios. Aquí en la tierra tiene que estar en prisión, porque lastimosamente ya le confiamos que anduviera en la calle y cortó 3 cabezas.
So I foresee lengthy, extremely harsh sentences being carried out for anybody that gets roped up. Now, the country is, which I agree with, we're deporting just normal, everyday, illegal immigrants. That's fine. We need to get them out of here. But I don't think we should be deporting the ones that have committed violent crimes or the ones that have trafficked poison into this country that have resulted in hundreds of thousands of American deaths. I don't want those people deported.
Moments ago, the Trump administration says it is now engaged in, quote, armed conflict with drug cartels. That's according to a memo to Congress that was obtained by Fox News. Our Peter Ducey has got more on the breaking news live from the White House. Peter, I assume this is in response to the criticisms that have been leveled at the president for taking out those drug boats.
Yes, and John, those criticisms come from Democratic lawmakers who say they are concerned that these cartel members, cartel drug boat captains, are not getting due process before a bomb drops on their head. President Trump and his team do not seem moved one bit by that, and so they drafted this memo making this official to Congress. Part of it says, based upon the cumulative effects of these hostile acts against the citizens and interests of the United States and friendly foreign nations, the president is determined that the United States is in a non-international armed conflict with these designated terrorist organizations. The president directed the Department of War to conduct operations against them pursuant to the law of armed conflict. And the president just talked about this week.
If you try to poison our people, we will blow you out of existence, because that's the only language they really understand. That's why you don't see any more boats on the ocean. You don't see any boats. Around Venezuela, there's nothing.
And it's not just Venezuela. The president's team is putting out the word that cartels throughout the Caribbean are now on notice.
We in the UN Security Council just took action yesterday on the gangs that have taken over Haiti right off Florida.